white liberals dumb down their vocabulary when they're talking to blacks and Latinos.
Step into the madness with me, my friends, as we explore conservative TikTok, the utopia of contradictions. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, since I started this series, I noticed more gray coming through this luscious, dirty blonde hair. No, but seriously, what's wrong with conservatives? These people live in a fantasy world which we know as the utopia of contradictions. In this world, hypocrisy looms in the air. It's so thick you can see it. Like spores in The Last of Us. And I heard the spores are pretty bad this season. Whew. Let's just travel. Hold on tight.
I hear all this talk about climate change, yet I walk out my front door and it's 32 degrees in March. I think someone forgot to tell Mother Nature she's supposed to be warming this puppy up a little bit. Yeah, I don't mind reducing my carbon footprint a little bit. I'll throw a paper cup in the correct receptacle, but I'm not gonna quit driving. I'm not gonna stop eating beef, and I'm not gonna stop flying. I'm not riding around in a train or bus the rest of my life so that my great-great-great-grandkids don't have to have a 40-degree March. Well, they can wear some SPF 90. I don't give a
Yo, Tony! Yo, Tony, come here! Real talk though, look at this guy. Not giving one about his grandkids. What a tough guy, huh? Empathy is a foreign construct to him. Oh, let me stop playing. These people don't like foreigners neither. Cupcake, please enter my domain as I teach you some facts. First of all, 32 degrees in March is global warming because like this guy take that scientific term literally. The literal believe that the earth is just warming up. Did you forget what happened in winter of 2021 in Texas? The damn state froze to hell. Or that crazy ass heat wave in Seattle last summer where it got like 110, 115 degrees in Seattle. This is why I hate the term global warming. I like climate change way more. But you know that that's too difficult for these people to comprehend. And also, you for not caring about your grandkids.
And they say black people can't be racist. Oh my goodness. That is the biggest farce I have ever. Anybody can be racist. I would know. I was one of them. Okay? I would know that. So you can't come at me with this, oh, black people can't be racist. Oh, it's all about systems of oppression and hierarchies and who's in the dominant race at the time. They're the ones that can be racist. The dominant race can be racist, but the non-dominant one, are you kidding me? I'm sorry, you can't just change the definition of words just to suit your subjective idea of what is and what isn't. That's not the way language works.
Woo! We're starting off strong, aren't we? I think conservatives like this gentleman, which is named MAGA Hulk, by the way. I want to emphasize that. MAGA Hulk. Anyway, conservatives like MAGA Hulk don't understand what we mean when we say black people cannot be racist in America. They can be prejudice, sure. And you're gonna say racism, prejudice, same thing. But it's not though. It's not. It's really confusing, so I'm gonna explain it to you with one sentence. Remember, we're talking about the United States here, okay? Nowhere else. Just the United States. Think of it like this. How can black people be racist in a country that they have no control over? The 6 or 7 families that run this country, none of them are black, but it goes much deeper than that. In racism, it says that power is distributed unequally because of the basis of race. Black people weren't even fully free until 1963. And then it got even worse because systemic racism got even deeper. I'm actually horrified that this is a black man that I'm responding to. That is how deep right-wing ideology goes.
That's crazy because I've never met a Republican that wasn't a white supremacist.
Okay, genuine question. Have you ever had discourse with a black Republican? Or like, are the minorities white supremacists too?
Look, I'm just gonna make this very blunt and easy for you. Yes, absolutely. Even minorities that lean right-wing have been indoctrinated by y'all's insanity. And they believe this too. Literally. It is actually horrifying hearing black conservatives say that white privilege doesn't exist and that systemic racism is a farce. It is Mind-blowing, literally. As someone that's not from this country and that has studied African American history extensively, this literally horrifies me. If you've enjoyed this video so far, my friends, please make that thumb go blue. It really helps out the channel. Thank you so much.
I don't know if you guys have seen the news, but this week a really big win happened for Christians and the First Amendment. So if you missed it, here it is. This week, a philosophy professor from Ohio won his case against Shawnee State University after they dictated that he had to use preferred pronouns in class despite it violating his religious convictions.
What the f are you talking about?
You know what? Good question, Cartman. What the f is this woman talking about? This professor, and I'm using this term very loosely, didn't want to respect his students and call them by their preferred pronouns because God told him to? I mean, look, I've heard it all from religious people. I really have, but God, man, this dude has taken the cake and eaten it, literally. These people will literally make any excuse not to be a decent human being. And conservatives are applauding this. They're applauding this. All I know is that these conservatives here in the United States wouldn't last one day in Europe. Not one day.
White liberals dumb down their vocabulary when they're talking to blacks and Latinos, and white conservatives do not. You assume a person of color is less educated than you, is poorer than you, and needs your help.
I'm not a liberal myself, but I have a lot of liberal friends for sure. And again, I have to ask this woman, what the hell are you talking about? This seems so made up. It's actually pathetic that you got on a podcast saying these asinine, ludicrous things. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the things you see in the utopia of contradictions, the spores are real heavy today.
Young people today are too sensitive.
Oh boy. Are youngsters sensitive? And would I be considered a youngster at 33 years old? Probably not. I can't wait for this.
They're trying to make it so a man can't be a man. And if you don't let men be men, then things start crumbling. Society crumbles, families crumble, and broken homes start happening.
Honestly, in all seriousness, I wish more men didn't run our society. This place, this planet, would be a much better place. And what do you even mean by let men be men? Men have always been men. Nothing's changed. Oh, wait, you're just homophobic and transphobic. That's what it is.
And kids need their fathers. So 36% of kids don't have a father. So every boy is, well, my mom is mad at me, my dad don't love me, my dad don't care about me. Maybe I should be gay, maybe I should be trans, I don't know who I am.
See, this is the misconception and propaganda that the right puts into these people's minds. Gay people know who they are. Stop misconstruing the situation. It's not that complicated, Cupcake.
Your father puts confidence in you. No disrespect to anybody, but the younger generation of men are soft. And if we had to go to war, they're not protecting America. There's no better place to be as a black individual or whatever you are in America. Go to the Middle East right now and say you gay or you trans and see how they treat you.
You are correct about that, and it is still wrong. But don't think that the United States doesn't do that. They literally just passed laws in a couple of states where it's basically illegal to be trans. And if you're a minor child that wants to transition and your parents want to help you, they can't. Your parents will go to jail if they help you transition to the correct gender. To help you transition, become the person that you're supposed to be. They will go to jail, so don't tell me that the United States is any better than those other countries. They're not.
The homicides come from people without fathers. Every girl that I know, if they grow up with a daddy, they get married before they have a kid.
Why do they not have fathers?
If you want me to be real, because a lot of women make bad choices on the men they procreate with. If you make a bad choice, that's your responsibility. Every bad thing that I did in my life, it was when my daddy was in jail. When my dad was out and I had my dad's reassurance, I was a better person.
I had a girlfriend, 10 or 12 years ago, that had both of her parents in her life. Great parental relationship. She had a child at 16 years old. So again, tell me, where do you get this dumbass statistic from? I will wait in the comment section. But now, my friends, we're in the section of the utopia that sometimes glitches out when young leftists or liberals respond to conservative boomers. Watch this, but be mindful of the glitch.
I had one daughter that had to move across the country to get rid of a toxic relationship with somebody that was harming them.
Why does the woman have to move across the country because the man is being toxic? Why can't the man be taught don't be toxic.
Oh, I agree.
Women nowadays have to deal with those kinds of relationships.
Hold on. Did you see his face? Logic literally left this man dumbstruck. Please, show his face again. And honestly, I gotta say, I hate the fact that you kind of look like the real version of Paul Cicero from Goodfellas.
Well, my son come on over to the house yesterday, and he's wearing a white shirt with a yellow emblem that says, "I voted for Joe Biden." He told me he was doing a social experiment, and he wanted to see how people would react. Well, so far he's been slapped, spit on, threatened, kicked, body slammed, and even thrown in the garbage can. And then I told him, I said, "Son, it's just gonna get worse when you leave the house."
Aw, the audacity to put "please don't judge me" plastered in the front of your video. I mean, the hypocritical spores are really heavy today. I will tell you that. I think I've had enough. It gets me every time. If you missed the last episode where I traveled to the utopia of contradictions, then check out that episode right there. Support my channel on Patreon, help me keep this going if you can. Get access to my private Discord community, early access to every video here on YouTube, and much more. I'll leave that link right here in the card and in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any weekly videos, and I'm out of here.